5 style rules all men should follow to look better. You probably already know this, but it's worth repeating. Studies show that people form a first impression of you in just 7 seconds. And what's even more fascinating, over 55% of that impression is based purely on how you look, not how you speak, not what you say, just how you show up. That's not just opinion. That's straight from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology. Now, if you've ever felt like you deserved a little more respect when you walked into a room, or if you've ever wished people would just naturally be drawn to you without you saying a word, then you're in exactly the right place. Because by the end of this video, you'll know the real style rules that instantly elevate your presence without needing a 500 an hour personal stylist or a wardrobe overhaul. And trust me, if you stick with me until the end, we've saved the most game-changing bonus for our real ones. Rule number 1, dress to echo your energy, not just your status. Here's something you don't hear enough. You don't just wear clothes, you wear your spirit. You see, people aren't magnetically drawn to wealth. They're drawn to authenticity. It's why someone can walk into a room dripping in designer labels and still feel forgettable, while another person, dressed simply but in total harmony with themselves, can leave an unforgettable impression. When you dress in a way that mirrors your true energy, the essence of how you move, think, and interact, you project something incredibly rare: consistency. And as it turns out, humans are wired to trust consistency. It's one of the deepest, most instinctive signals we pick up on without even realizing. Imagine a creative entrepreneur, someone whose work breeds innovation, freedom, ideas. Now picture them forcing themselves into a stiff, traditional three-piece suit. Something feels off, right? It's subtle, but our brains notice that mismatch instantly. Now think about that same person wearing smart casual linen blends, relaxed yet polished. Suddenly it clicks. You trust them more. You believe in them more. This isn't just feel-good theory. According to a 2021 report by Forbes, when there's incongruence between your personality and your attire, your perceived credibility can drop by up to 30%. 30%. Just because your outfit and your energy don't align. That's why the best-dressed men aren't just following fashion trends or chasing labels. They're dressing from the inside out. They're asking, what energy do I naturally bring into a room? What version of myself do I want my clothes to amplify? And you right now can start doing the same. It's not about trying harder. It's about becoming clearer. When you wear clothes that echo your spirit, you stop needing to convince anyone of who you are. They feel it the moment you walk in. And the best part? You'll feel lighter, more powerful, more you. Rule number 2, prioritize texture contrast over color matching. Here's a small shift that creates a massive difference. Texture is the silent architect of good style. Most guys are taught to match colors: blue shoes with a blue belt, a gray tie with a gray suit. It's safe, but it's also forgettable. If you want your style to feel rich, layered, quietly magnetic, you need to start thinking in terms of texture, not just color. Texture is emotional. It's how clothing feels even before you touch it. Smooth leather sends one message, rugged denim sends another. A cashmere sweater tells a completely different story from a starched cotton shirt. And the magic? Our brains react to these tactile visual cues even without physical touch. Research from the University of Colorado in 2020 found that people can perceive and emotionally respond to texture through sight alone. So, if you've ever wondered why some outfits seem to have a soul, while others feel flat and lifeless, texture is the reason. Instead of obsessing over whether your navy jacket perfectly matches your navy shoes, focus on combining textures that create contrast and depth. Think suede loafers paired with brushed cotton trousers, or a soft wool blazer thrown casually over a crisp white poplin shirt. Imagine this: a deep green corduroy jacket worn over a sharp white shirt and paired with dark jeans. It's simple, it's quiet, but it signals something powerful: thoughtfulness, attention to detail, emotional intelligence, without you ever needing to say a word. When you play with textures, you're telling the world that you understand nuance, that you care about the finer, quieter things. And believe me, people notice. It's not about being loud. It's about being layered. You don't need to be a fashion expert to start doing this. You just need to feel what each fabric is saying and combine them like you're composing music. A little smooth, a little rough, a little crisp, a little soft. Because in style, just like in life, it's the contrast that make things unforgettable. Rule number 3, show microasymmetry for natural attraction. Here's something you might not have noticed, but once you do, you'll see it everywhere among the most naturally stylish men. In the small imperfections, we find undeniable charm. Perfect symmetry might sound ideal on paper, matching sides, flawless balance, but in real life, it feels a little robotic, a little too polished. And the human brain picks up on that. It craves signs of life, signs of movement, signs that you are real, not some mannequin posing in a shop window. This isn't just a theory. According to evolutionary psychology research highlighted by the BBC in 2019, microasymmetry, those tiny natural mismatches, signals vitality, adaptability, and authenticity. And those are exactly the traits our subconscious finds attractive. Think about it. Life isn't perfectly symmetrical. Trees don't grow in identical branches, waves don't crash in perfectly even patterns, and neither should your style. The best way to use this is subtle, intentional microasymmetry. Roll up your shirt sleeves, but don't fuss about getting them identical. Let one be a little looser, a little higher. Leave the second button of your shirt undone, even when tradition says to button up. Wear a watch on one wrist, but nothing on the other. Maybe tuck in just the front of your t-shirt slightly, and leave the rest flowing naturally. These tiny cues tell a bigger story, that you're comfortable in your skin, that you're not trapped trying to appear perfect. You're real. You're alive. And in today's hyper-curated world, that's magnetic. The secret to pulling off microasymmetry is confidence. You're not sloppy, you're intentional. You're communicating that you know the rules and that you're confident enough to bend them in ways that feel natural to you. Because at the end of the day, the goal isn't to look flawless. The goal is to look alive. And when you allow a little organic imperfection into your style, you're telling the world a truth that's way more compelling than any polished surface could ever be. Rule number 4, use strategic layering to signal depth and intentionality. You might think layering is just about staying warm, but in reality, it's one of the most powerful visual tools you have to communicate depth and intentionality. Layers are life's way of telling better stories. When you layer your clothes thoughtfully, you're sending a subtle but powerful message that you're complex, adaptable, and deliberate. And people feel that, even if they can't explain why. There's science behind this too. A 2021 study published in the Journal of Fashion Marketing found that people rated individuals wearing layered outfits as 23% more sophisticated than those wearing simple, single-layer looks. 23% just by adding dimension to your appearance. Think of it like a story. Every great story has chapters. Layers in your outfit are like those chapters, each one revealing something new, something intriguing, something that invites closer attention without giving everything away at once. Imagine wearing a lightweight jacket thrown casually over a clean crewneck t-shirt, with a fine chain subtly peeking out at the collarbone. It's effortless, but it speaks volumes. It hints at confidence without arrogance, style without trying too hard, layers without overwhelming the senses. Or think about layering a denim jacket under a wool coat in colder months. It's not just practical, it's poetic. It says you understand how to adapt, how to build, how to evolve, both with the weather and with life. The trick to layering well isn't about piling on clothes. It's about intention. Each piece should add something: texture, color, personality, or even mystery. And here's the real secret. When you layer intentionally, you invite curiosity. You make people want to know more. You signal without words that there's more to you than meets the eye. Because in a world obsessed with quick impressions, the man who hints at deeper layers, both in his clothing and in his character, is the one who leaves a lasting mark. Rule number 5, match the formality level of your shoes to your voice tone. Here's something most people never even think about, but once you do, it changes everything. Your shoes speak louder when your voice sets the tone. Surprising, isn't it? But it's true. Your shoes and your voice actually trigger parallel judgments in people's brains. They're like twin signals, each one quietly confirming or conflicting with the other. Think about this. A calm, deep, authoritative voice creates a certain expectation. If you pair that voice with worn-out casual sneakers, something feels off. There's a subtle dissonance, a mismatch between the energy you're projecting and the image you're presenting. Now flip it. Imagine that same calm, commanding voice, but this time paired with sharp dress shoes, maybe a pair of classic Oxfords or sleek Chelsea boots. Instantly, there's a synergy. Everything aligns. You seem more intentional, more cohesive, more powerful without even trying. There's solid science behind this too. A 2022 study featured in the Harvard Business Review found that vocal tone impacts first impressions even more than the actual words being spoken. So when your shoes and your voice send the same message, you're doubling your impact. Here's how you can use this starting today. If you're heading into a relaxed, informal setting, like a casual meeting, a weekend brunch, or a low-pressure networking event, sneakers are perfect. They tell people you're approachable, easygoing, comfortable in your skin. But if you're stepping into a room where you want to make a serious impression, a big pitch, a first interview, a formal dinner, you'll want your shoes to match the gravity of your voice. Chelsea boots, Oxfords, brogues, shoes that say without shouting, "I came prepared. I take this seriously." It's a small detail, but small details are where real power lives. The smartest men, the ones who leave lasting impressions, don't leave these things to chance. They know that style isn't just visual, it's emotional, it's psychological. It's about how all the parts of you, your voice, your presence, your appearance, sing the same song. When you align your shoes with your voice, you stop sending mixed signals, and suddenly, the world listens. If you've made it this far, drop the word sharper in the comments. It lets us know you're serious about showing up as your best self. For watching till the end. Here's your bonus insight, and trust me, it's a game changer. Subtle scent layering is the hidden art that almost no one talks about, but the people who master it become absolutely unforgettable. Studies reported by Psychology Today in 2022 reveal that people remember 35% more about you if they associate you with a distinct, pleasant scent. 35%. That's almost half of their memory of you, tied directly to what you smell like. Instead of just using one cologne like most people, elevate your presence by layering complementary scents. Think of a deep woody base like sandalwood paired with a fresh citrus top note like bergamot. It's simple. Spray your pulse points, wrists, neck with the base scent. Then lightly mist your clothes or your scarf with the lighter, brighter top note. The effect? Complex, dynamic, and quietly magnetic. Imagine someone catching the subtle depth of your sandalwood base as you shake their hand. Then moments later, a hint of bergamot lingers in the air as you walk away. You become a story they can't stop thinking about, because your signature scent should whisper your name long after you've left the room. Let's lock this in before you go. Dress to reflect who you are today, not who you're trying to impress. Trust textures. Play with asymmetry, layer with meaning, match your voice with your shoes. And remember, it's not about flashy logos or perfect outfits. It's about building your aura, one beautiful detail at a time. You're not just dressing better, you're becoming sharper, truer, and more unforgettable. And that is real style. If you found value today, tap that like button. It really helps more amazing people like you find this channel. Subscribe for daily insights into style, success, and self-mastery. And hey, share this video with someone you know is ready for their next style upgrade.